Hey everybody, this is Mike from ZozoStockWatch.com, and this is your Let's Get Ready for the Week Ahead and Stock Watch List combination video. Let's go ahead and check out what we have coming up for the week. We'll also go through some of the best and worst stocks for the week. This is your video for Monday the 11th through the 15th for your economic, macro news, earnings news, and we'll throw in our Monday watch list like we normally do. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our best stocks for the week first. Little change up here. First Solar, big winner, up 16%. LULU, nice gainer on earnings, up 10%. PXS, a nice player this week. We traded this a few times in the room, up 30% for the week. VTGN, beautiful winner, up 122%. Traded that one also. DPW, nice push in the Bitcoin sector there, up 80%. GLBR, nice gainer for the week, up 143%. Was up more than that. But on Friday, took a little bit of a drop down on Friday going into the close on GLBR, but still up 143% for the week on GLBR. We traded that one. AEO, retailer, up 10%. DKS also popped this week, up 7%. MYO, medical devices company, up 39%. X US Steel. A lot of the steels were up this week. X up 13%. AKS, fits and starts during the day, intraday, but for the week it was up 9%. SCHN gained about 3%. NUE, nice pop there, 5%. So the steel stocks are getting some buying. CMC, another winner, up 6%. And then STLD, that one was up 6%. Looks like it's, breaking out of this range here on STLD. So nice move up there on some of the steel names. Sage, huge winner this week, up almost 80% for the week, from about 80 bucks all the way up to $167 on SAGE. CUR, small little name that we day traded, up 71% for the week. EYES, nice gainer, up 29%. CLIR, nice pop this week, up 68%. Vera Bradley, after their earnings, up 37%. VKTX, nice pop this week, up 35%. TCCO, moved up 31% for the week on TCCO. I totally missed this one. Did not see the movement in this TCCO. So nice move there, up 31%. ASTC, Aerospace and Defense, gave a nice 54% gainer. This one is actually on our watch list this week, so we'll be watching that ASTC for a continuation move. Aqua, a recent IPO. This jumped 5% on that name. GLBS, another shipper that popped 36%. They had earnings this week, so that stock gained 36%. To the worst stocks for the week, Cliff, down 6%. RARX, he tried to type, down 47%. AQMS took a hit, down 33%. HMNY, looks like the party's over there, down 30% for the week on HMNY. So we'll see on that one. Fred, their earnings came out. Stock went down 26%. CHKE took a hit, down 28%. HIMX got hit in the semiconductor space, down 22% on that name. CHK, an oil name, down 10%. TEL, they did a secondary and offering, stock down 26%. APA also took a hit, down 8%. RIG, in the oil services sector, down 8% for the week. YECO, Yeko. Can't say I'm familiar with this one, but down 22%. Looks like a recent IPO there on Yeko, down 22% on that name. OSIS got hit by Muddy Waters, a shorting house, and they got hit for 19% for the week. Was down even more than that. Did bounce back a little bit on Friday on OSIS. EGLT. Down 18%. NE, an oil name, down 8%. Yelp took a hit this week, down 8% for the week. PIXY slapped for 17% this week. Mattel still not faring well. Even the weekly's not looking very good here, down 13% for the week. DLTH took a hit, down 14%. LJPC. This stock was down 14%. Jout, they had earnings Friday and they drove the stock down 14%. XNet connected with Bitcoin down 22%. Trox took a hit this week, down 19%. A couple of gold stocks were down. AU down 12% for the week, and then GG down 6%. So that's your best and worst stocks for the week. So as you can see, we have some earnings coming out this week. On Monday, we have IRET and some other companies reporting. TAX reports before the bell on Monday. Verifone, Pay, we're reporting Tuesday after the bell. We do have some bigger names reporting coming up Thursday. We have Adobe, Costco, COST, Oracle. All right, so some big tech names. JBill will be reporting also on Thursday after the bell. So a few earnings. Pier 1 Imports will be reporting Wednesday after the close. So still some earnings out there. So make sure if you're holding any of these that you're aware of these earnings coming out. Also for macro information for the week of December 11th through the 15th. You know, the big day here is this Wednesday, the FOMC meeting announcement. That's at 2 p.m. And then Janet Yellen will be doing the presser at 2:30 p.m. So there's the announcement at 2 o'clock, and then, you know, hold on to your seats because at 2:30 there'll be the Q&A at 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, that 13th. All right, so Wednesday, a big day. The meeting starts on Tuesday, but the big day here is Wednesday. After that, just the basic economic information coming out for the week here. This is courtesy of the trade exchange for this macroeconomic information. And then let's go ahead and look at some of the top gainers for just this Friday past the trading day. SIGM, RDUS, STLY, SLNO, CDXC, VSTM, CUTR, PRAN, TRILL, SYNA, ALXN, and TEVA, all to the winning side. Teva making some nice moves here lately. Down to the downside, we had ERYP, TEL, XNet took a hit. TEL on that offering, and this was just Friday. HIMX, DPW, JRJC, and LC, all to the downside. For your unusual call and put activity, and this courtesy of the trade exchange, OPK, Jack, IDTI, Guild, DAR, MAC, AKS, steel name. So keep your eye on this AKS, unusual options activity in AKS, that steel name, AAP, CRR, and BSX. All unusual call activity. To the put side, we had Procter & Gamble, Colgate, LC, SEAS, all to the unusual put activity. Once again, that's courtesy of the trade exchange. All right, so let's look at some of the markets. Nice recovery on the NASDAQ, staying above the 50, now back above the 10 SMA on the NASDAQ composite. If we go ahead and look at the transports, we're coming up to a resistance spot here on the transports, such names as FedEx, UPS. All right, FedEx looking better than UPS. UPS trying, holding above this 10 SMA, trying to get back over that 120 one spot on UPS, but FedEx looking much better than UPS as far as the daily chart goes. Some of the airlines moving up nicely this week. Delta Airlines and UAL. Let's see, SKYW moving up nicely. LUV moving up, that airline, Southwest Airlines. So, the airlines, and then we had the railroads, CSX, UNP, CP, and then what's the other one? KSU, all moving up nicely. KSU looks nice here. This was during all the Trump nonsense, and then when he wasn't going to deal with Mexico, KSU was taking some hits here, and now it's come back all the way there. So the transports, the IYT, looking strong, and strong transports usually means strong Dow if you're a Dow theorist. Let's go ahead and look at the Dow real fast. Still holding above the 5 EMA. One of the strongest markets out there is this Dow 30. But what we like to look at is the SPY, because it incorporates more stocks. It's the SPY, the 500 best stocks. And as you can see here, sorry about all the lines from an intraday chart. We're back above the 5. We bounce back off this 264 level here. We have this 266 level up top here. But SPY holding up very nicely. If we go ahead and look at the Qs, turning the corner like right above the 10 SMA here, maybe challenging this resistance spot up here around that 156, 157 area for the Qs. And then not faring so well, silver, and then we had gold moving down this week. So silver and gold are definitely out of favor here, not looking too good. Not saying that they can't turn around, but right now silver and gold not looking too pretty on those charts. SMH. On the daily chart, we're down here below the 50 SMA. We'll look at it on the weekly also, and now we're down below the 10 SMA. We do have the 20 SMA right here for the weekly, so we'll see if they want to hold it above that and turn it around. And in this that's Nvidia and Intel, TXN. That one's holding up very nicely. Qualcomm. With the possible buyout from Broadcom, AVGO, AMAT. All right, that's below the 50. MU back over the 50. SMA here on MU bounced off this $40 spot, holding above now this 50 SMA and back over the 10 SMA, but still with some work to do to get back over the 20 SMA for MU. All right, and that's some of your semi names, and we'll also take a look at Nat Gas, really ugly here for Nat Gas. Oil, USO. Still hanging just below this 1175 possible, breakout area. Here's the weekly, the blue chart you see here, trying to get up over that 1175 spot. If we look at XOIL, which is light sweet crude WTI oil, we're right here at the 200 SMA on this weekly chart. All right, so that's where the battle is. But they are holding it above $55 a barrel. If we look at it on the daily chart, you see our resistance spot here right now around 58 and change, $59 for WTI oil. Sticking with oil, OIH, the oil services sector, just kind of hanging in there, not looking, kind of a sloppy, not do much chart, but we are getting a little bit back above the 50 SMA. I think Halliburton was the strongest in this group. Like I said, Rig was down, Halliburton up, and then Schlumberger kind of all over the place, but a nice bounce there on Friday in Schlumberger. So we'll keep our eye on this one if it wants to turn around. In some of the refiners, you have VLO, HFC. HFC looks interesting, like it's ready to break out again here on HFC, even though it's come a long way. But PSX also, Phillips 66, one of the refiners, looks like it's trying to break out over this 100 spot on that name. So refiners holding up there, holding strong. The next one we'll look at, and the VIX. Take a quick look at the VIX here. Getting back down maybe near that $9 spot. Looks like that's when we get some volatility back in the markets. Anytime we get below or near 9. So keep your eye on that on the VIX. If we look at it on a weekly, you can see it maybe a little bit better. Here's our line here around 9. So keep your eye on the VIX. Complacency right now on the VIX, but that can change. Let's go. What do we want to do now? Let's go through some of the other indices. IWM. All right, IWM. This is the small caps, holding above the 50, holding above the 20, trying to get back above this 10 SMA. IWC pulling back, still can't get above the 10 SMA, and holding above the 20 SMA on the IWC. Some of the sectors, I guess we'll look at XLF, the banking sector, looking strong there, holding above the 5 EMA, that dotted yellow line you see there, dashed yellow line. KRE, the regional banks, holding above the 10, looking very strong there. Let's see, XRT, the retailers, bouncing back from the dead, from down here in the 38s, ripping all the way up to 44 now. I guess we should look at it on a weekly, see where we are now as far as the weekly. Maybe they could take this all the way up to about this 48 area for the XRT, but I don't think even anybody expected this to make the bounce that it did, with the Amazon overhanging on retail. But once we broke out of this weekly base here, nice pop there for the XRT. What else can we look at? XLI. The industrials, very strong. XME, very strong. The steel names, like I mentioned, look like they're setting up to make another move here, to get up over this 44 spot on the steel names. I'll put a line there just to alert myself if we get close to that. All right, so around, I would say, 43.75 in that area. If we break out over that, that would be good for the steel names. XLB, holding strong. The material names looking good. We did the transports, and then let's go through a few of the the Dow stocks just to take a look. American Express holding strong. Caterpillar holding very strong. Boeing holding very strong, making a new all-time high, it looks like, there on Boeing. Cisco, in this consolidation here, looking maybe to break out over this 38 spot. Cisco, Microsoft, turning back up, held to 50, now turning back above all the moving averages. Intel, very strong, holding this 50, but still below the fast moving averages. So we'll have to keep our eye on Intel there if it's going to hold that 50 SMA, that blue line. J&J, Dow stock looking very good here, bounced off the 50, now kind of consolidating here. Just under that 142 spot on J&J. Keep your eye on that one if you're interested in J&J. We'll get into the watch list more in a moment. KO, not looking too pretty. JP Morgan looking strong. HD, looking very well on HD. IBM, trying to get over that 200 SMA. First time, long time, right? Would be nice if IBM could get back over this, resistance here of 156 on IBM. What else? Mickey D's holding up. All right, Mickey D's holding above that 5 EMA here, but a lot of backing and filling. Not as pretty as it was on these runs right here. So a little more backing and filling going on there in McDonald's. And Nike holding up well. Looks like it's ready to push higher on Nike. Disney, not so much after that big pop, pulling back. Pfizer under the 10. Merck also not looking too pretty there on Merck. XOM hanging in there above the 50. And then we'll look at Walmart. Uh, this gapped up on the earnings now, kind of quieted down here on Walmart. So we'll see on that one. And then I guess lastly, Verizon, we'll look at that one. Bouncing off the 10. And I guess if you want to look at Visa, looking very strong. Visa and MasterCard always hanging in there, looking strong, all right? And then some other stocks we'll just take a quick look at. Things that are people watch. Square trying to hold above the 50 SMA. PayPal also holding above the 50 SMA, but pulling back after these big runs. So, not looking too hot right now on PayPal or Square. Some other ETFs. We'll look at Social, SOCL, and Snap trying to make a come back here, maybe trying to get over, that 15.25 spot on Snap. Twitter, holding there, maybe possible takeout rumors, but, the daily chart not looking all that spectacular for Twitter. Facebook, looking great on Facebook, but still can't get over this 185 spot here for Facebook, but still above the fast moving averages. So we'll see. And then names, of course, Amazon looking to get back over the 10, Google holding strong above the fast moving averages. Looks like it wants to take another run at that resistance red line you see there. Apple still remains under the 20, under the 10, but above the 50. So kind of in limbo here right now on Apple. If we look at it on the weekly chart, we're holding above the 10 SMA here on the weekly chart for Apple right now. All right, so that's some of the names that we looked at going around the horn. I guess we could look at names like Priceline, looking ugly, not too good. Let's see, Tesla, below the 200 SMA. If it doesn't get going soon, I guess you might say this is kind of a bearish type of, pattern here. It needs to hold this 300 spot around here on Tesla, so we'll see. Currently unable, like I said, to get over the 50, 200. Looks like the 50 is maybe going to cross through the 200 here, so just be aware of that on Tesla. The railroads, some of them we went through. Costco, which has earnings coming up, nice recovery here in Costco, nice push up. Celgene, not on our watch list this week, but nice recovery here, back over. You have the 5 crossing the 10 SMA from the lows here. Maybe it wants to fill this gap here on Celgene, okay? But other than that, though, you have the 50 crossing the 200. You have the 50 pointed down, sloping down. So not a pretty chart. Let's just take a look at Amgen real fast. We're holding above the 200 SMA, but below the 50 SMA on Amgen. All right, so that's kind of going around the horn, looking at different stocks and whatnot. We looked at a few of the sectors, the banks and whatnot. We looked at the home builders. We didn't look at the home builders. Let's look at the home builders real fast. Here's the XHB holding up above the 10. Such names as Lennar, Toll Brothers hanging in there. Toll Brothers after their earnings gap down. Lennar holding above the 10. Toll Brothers below the 10 SMA. KBH holding up strong on KBH. PHM holding up nicely. HOV pulled back, trying to hold the 50, but below all the other moving averages on HOV. Beazer, I think, kind of drifted off here on Beazer Homes. So that's some of your home builders. The other ETFs that I look at are this Robo, and this is Automation Index holding this 50 SMA. Also, we have this Bitcoin, I guess what you want to call it, trust. And don't forget Bitcoin, the futures start trading tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So Bitcoin, the futures will be trading tonight. Hack HACK, the cybersecurity, names like FireEye and Palo Alto Networks. Not really looking that great. Cyber, FTNT. So, actually this one looks the best out of all the cybersecurity names, FTNT. So that's the hack cybersecurity. And let me see if there's anything else I want to mention as far as the markets and whatnot that we're looking at. I think that's about it. We went through. Oh, we didn't go through BABA. Some of these China names, BABA. Hanging in there, but not looking too pretty. And then Baidu also struggling here a little bit. Sino, Sohu, all not looking great. JD, not looking so good. All right, so that's some of the China names. Let's go ahead and get into our watch list for Monday, okay? And this will be like a combination because my room does day trading and swing trading. So I'll give you some of the names that I'm looking at for day trading and some of the names I'm looking at for swing trading. First one up. Let me see, not that one. I took that one off. Sorry. Okay, first one up, here we go, is our ASTC. All right, so we're holding above the 5 EMA here on ASTC. We had some big pops here. Arrow and defense name. We'll see if this one wants to maybe make a continuation move. Volume was a little bit light on Friday, so we'll have that one on watch. BCRX, big pop on Friday, so this could be a possible day trade. And then Celgene, throwing it out there. If you like to play these bottoms up type of trades, you might want to keep your eye on Celgene here. Maybe breaking out of this kind of, wedge here. So keep your eye on that. Maybe you fill the gap. And don't forget, this weekend they had the ASH conference was going on this weekend for biotechs. Let's see, it was started on the 9th of December. It's going till the 12th of December, the ASH conference for biotechs. So maybe biotechs might get a little bit of a pop, on Monday from that ASH conference. All right, back to our list. CHFS, big move up on Friday, in the after hours and kind of trailed off there. So we'll have this one on watch. CLDX. Nice daily chart shaping up here, but we have this 300 moving average, the solid, I guess you call it orange line, tan line. So not one of my favorites, but we'll keep it on watch. CLSN, nice pop here, 1.5 million shares traded. CLSN, nice close on Friday. COP, possible swing trade here on COP. Would want it to take out maybe that 51.80 area to see if it can make a continuation move on COP. Keep your eye on that. CUR. We traded this one last week. Now it's pulled back a little bit, but it is trying to hold above the $5 and $2, so we'll see on that one. CVRR, another oil name, refining name. If this one can get maybe up over 13.25, possible swing trade in CVRR. All right, CYCC, another one for day trading, 2.5 million shares traded. Stock popped on Friday, so we'll see if there's any kind of continuation. DPW, we'll keep this one on watch. Sorry for all the lines. That's from my intraday charts. We'll see if this one has any more juice left in it. FCX, possible swing trade in this one, but it looks like when it gets over $15, there's, sellers up there. So I'm not so sure if it just breaks 15 that it'll go because of all these kind of topping candles up here. So not a favorite. We'll see. Fitbit trying to break up over $7 here on Fitbit. Keep your eye on that. Flow would be nice if this could get interesting over, this. Let me move this line up a little bit. Needs to get over this 2040 spot. All right, on FLO. So possible swing trade in that one. Galt was popping on Friday, 4.2 million. Possible day trade in that name. GLBS was popping, gave it back. We'll see if there's any more kind of setups in this name intraday. Maybe the shippers, might move this week as we get, we're in holiday kind of trading, and sometimes these shippers and smaller names will get kind of wacky and give some good trades. GLYC, trying to get up over this 15 breakout area. Had a recent high here of 1541, so keep your eye on this GLYC. HCLP, it's below the 200 SMA. That's one thing I don't like about it, but it did have 1.7 million shares traded, so we'll see on this one. Not a favorite. HFC, like I pointed out earlier, it's had a big run here, but if it gets over that 46 spot, you might get a push up. HZNP, kind of, moving up here over the 5, $15 break maybe HZNP, but it's not an easy one to swing trade. It backs and fills a lot, so we'll see. J&J, I spoke about this one earlier. Keep your eye on that one. Mark, more of an intraday day trading type of chart, but looks like it wants to get back over 9 and maybe make a continuation move. 3.2 million shares came in the name. MCF came up off the bottom. Possible trade here in MCF, oil and gas name, so watch that one. Mosey, trying to get back over $1.25, but we do have this 200 SMA in the way, so just be aware of that. And that's currently at 128 on Mosey. All right, so keep that in mind. MRO, another energy sector play. If it gets up over that 1530 spot, possible swing trade in MRO. Marvel, holding this 20 SMA, possible swing trade in this name. If it can get going, maybe over 2250 spot on MRVL. MYO, a lot of volume on Friday, big, nice move here. So, not a pretty chart, but from nothing sometimes comes big moves. So keep your eye on this MYO. For me, just intraday trade, I think, on MYO. NBIX trying to get over this 75 spot. It's done it before and then pulled back, so it's not a favorite, but I'll have it on watch. NTNX still holding up here. All right, NTNX. Keep your eye on that one if you're interested. OSTK, they had news come out. Morgan Stanley, they're filing from Morgan Stanley, so this stock was moving up after the bell Friday, and so we'll keep that one on watch. Also, Pran, nice pop here. Low volume though, 99,000 shares only on Pran, P-R-A-N, so not a favorite there. Riot, maybe shaping up, maybe over 1630 or so for Riot, and a possible intraday trader there. Roku, trying to get back over a 45 spot. If this gets back over 45, you might see a nice swing trade in Roku. Just be aware, Citron came out against this name, talked it down, but nice bounce back here off the 20. So, Citron might have to cover there. SCHN, one of those steel stocks that might want to, looks like a little bit of a laggard. So possible swing trade if we can get out over the highs here from Friday, 29.80, which maybe we break through 30 on that name. Schlumberger, maybe it wants to catch up to Halliburton. On Schlumberger, I was thinking of a possible swing trade here. It seems to always get buyers here around this 62, 61 spot on Schlumberger. Keep that one on watch. SLNO, just because we had this big pop, maybe a possible day trade SLNO. STX maybe starting to move out of this, wedge here. Consolidation. N is back over the 200 SMA on STX. Keep your eye on that. VSTM, over 450 area, possible intraday setup. WTW, it's having problems here at this resistance spot. It had high of 49.20, 49.32, and we just fell short of that on Friday, 48.56. If this can get over, maybe 49.30, maybe it breaks out over that 50 spot on WTW, so worth watching. Lastly, XXII, 5 million shares came into the name on Friday. We broke out over the 50 SMA, so we'll see intraday if there's any kind of continuation for a possible day trade in XXII. All right, this has been Mike Zozo from Zozo Stock Watch. Hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are enjoying these videos, hit that thumbs up. All right, that's all I ask you to do. Hit that thumbs up. If you have a Twitter account or social media account, you can retweet them. And then if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and help our channel to grow and stay strong. All right, but the main thing is hit that like button. All right, everybody, have a great evening. It's for Sunday. Hope that makes you more prepared for the week ahead than you were before, and I hope you get some good trading ideas. Leave some comments if these videos are helping you. Greatly appreciate it, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night.